In this video, we will explore the table booking settings. To begin with, as you can see, the table booking settings are not present in the settings menu. If you encounter this, you should contact the admin to enable the table booking option for your delivery type, which in our example is sushi. The admin must then access the delivery information, navigate to the Delivery Info tab, and in the Delivery section, select the sushi restaurant. The admin will then activate the table booking feature and save the changes. Upon refreshing the store panel, we proceed to the Settings menu, and now, as you can see, the table booking options are available. The first item to consider is the basic settings. To modify these settings, we click the Edit option and are faced with the question, do you provide table reservations? If the toggle is off, the table booking button won't be visible on our store menu. We will enable the toggle here. Next, we consider whether users can book orders along with their table reservation. If this toggle is off, users can only reserve a table without placing an order. We'll activate this toggle, allowing users to both place orders and reserve tables simultaneously. Another setting concerns the time a table is kept after reservation, and if we set this to 30, for instance, the table will be reserved for 30 minutes for the user. Lastly, there's the advanced placement time for table booking reservations. If set at 15, it means a user must book the table at least 15 minutes before the actual booking time. In other words, a user will need a minimum of 15 minutes in advance to reserve a specific table. We have introduced a maximum number of days that a user can book a table for. So if we set the limit to 3 days here, a user can book a table within this 3-day time period, but not beyond it. The last setting to configure is the minimum and maximum number of seats per table. This is crucial because it establishes the minimum number of people required for a booking and the maximum number of guests that can be seated at a particular table. After inputting all the necessary details, we'll click on the Update button and, as you can see, the settings have been saved. Moving on to table information, we'll click on the Add Table option. The first detail we enter is the table number. For instance, let's set our table number to 101. The table code will be 1, and we'll set the minimum and maximum number of persons per table to accommodate from 1 to 4 guests. Now we come to an important toggle. Do you want users to be able to book this table? If the toggle is off, users won't be able to make a booking for this particular table. We will enable this toggle so that users can book the table. Another toggle to consider is the business toggle. If this toggle is off, table bookings won't be processed for that specific table. We'll switch this toggle on and then hit the Submit button. Now we have successfully added table 101 with the code number 1, suitable for 1 to 4 people. Next, we'll review the cancellation policy. There are 2 sections, without order and with order. We'll click on the Edit option. In the Without Order section, we decide whether to set a cancellation charge. If the toggle is off, no cancellation charge will be applied. Turning this toggle on means cancellation charges will be incurred by the user, which will be collected by the store owners in the event of a cancellation. Lastly, we decide if we want to set a booking fee. If the toggle remains off, users can book the table for free. But if we turn on this toggle and add a value of 5, a user will then be required to pay $5 to book a specific table. The next step is crucial. If this toggle is activated for cancellation charges, we must enter the time and the charge amount. For instance, if we set it to 1 hour and decide to charge 5%, the user will incur this cancellation fee if they cancel within 1 hour of the booking time. And if the cancellation occurs within 3 hours, then we will only charge a 1% fee. This outlines how cancellation charges will be applied to the user. Now, we'll address the last section regarding fixed orders. Similarly, we have the option to set a cancellation charge. If this toggle is off, the user won't be subjected to any cancellation fees. However, if we turn this toggle on, as we have done so, we must then add the charges accordingly. And it's important to note that charges can be placed in either percentage or as an absolute value. But for the purpose of this example, we've used a percentage, as it's easier to illustrate. After entering all the details, we'll hit the Submit button. As you can see, we've set the cancellation charges for both scenarios, with an order and without one. Lastly, let's talk about the booking slot settings. I'll click on the Edit option. By default, the booking slot is open for the entire day. However, if we prefer not to offer the table booking option for the whole day, we will need to specify the times. For example, we can set the booking option to be available from 12:01 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. and then save the settings. In this way, the table booking will only be available during that specific time slot and not for the entire day. Lastly, we have the slot difference. This feature allows us to set the time intervals that users can select while booking tables. We can set intervals of 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes. This provides users with the flexibility to select the preferred time difference between slots. When all details are edited, we will hit the Update button. As you can see, we have added the time slot from 12:01 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. on Monday. This concludes the demonstration of the table booking system and how stores can set up this function.